Edit. Do we gotta edit braces? Edit what? Oh, come on. I think this is it. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, come on. There we go. Is that even? I think so. All right, where am I? YouTube. Okay. How do I add? Maybe I can go here. I can go here. I can go here. I can go to live. Edit. Oh, what's that mean? What's that mean? Oh, connected. Hey, how are you? I should have done that too. There we go. Nice. Nice. How you doing? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Did I break that? Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So I need to go here and then here. And then here. What up, Scott? Brother, where you been, man? Where you been, Scott? Dude, I just made a hold on, let me put this up here real quick. Doesn't exist, keep the phone editor. No, okay. Bam, hold on. How you doing, brother? How you doing, my friend? Bam, here, yeah. Pin, there we go. What's going on, my brother, man? So I got let me see if I can do this. How can I add automated? Turn on. Okay. All right. How is this working? Brother, I woke up at like 4:30 this morning and I started streaming like as soon as I was getting out of bed, making my coffee at 4:30 in the morning. Had like almost I think it was like 4,000 people throughout the stream. It was a really good stream. Finally got my other monetization, so I'm getting ad revenue now. I got my store set up. I got my freaking wait till you check this out. Check this out. I got a pretty cool looking hoodie that I made. It's pretty awesome. No, it's an old one. Oh, I broke it again. Set up building. Home. Oh, products. There we go. There it is. Yeah, check this out. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I don't know what that change focal point. All right, check it out. Ready? Ready? It's freaking so cool. It's got I failed 110th grade there, and then it's got this big ass I got your back. It's so awesome. Yeah, dude. It's so freaking cool. And I gotta make more. I gotta make more. Yeah, but it's freaking awesome. What, honeybee? Good morning. So yeah, so I finally got that. Finally got it up and running. I got this. I got it. I'm trying to connect it now. But I think it's freaking awesome. There you go, boy. 110th grade. So I'm setting that stuff up now. Making it happen. Making it happen. Exit. Okay, leave. Make it a hoodie. So that's a zipper up hoodie. I'm also gonna make it a pullover hoodie. What up, Life is Life? Welcome back. Yeah, I thought it looks freaking awesome. Like I got your back. You know what I mean? Like freaking, and it's actually my fist. I was holding this, and then I digitally replaced it in my algorithm. Let me show you guys here. This looks so good. It looks so freaking good. Let me do this. Let me get some over here. And then here, and then here. Yeah, let me get this off the screen here. Yeah. All right, yeah, this here, bam. What up, Alexa? Diva. Yeah, it looks so freaking cool. That looks so freaking cool. I was gonna make it look like it was ripping out, like it was punching through something, but it looks freaking so good. It looks so good. You can even see the hair on my knuckles. That's pretty dang cool. That's pretty cool. I'm really happy with it. So I got t-shirts and all that stuff. Anyway, I'll set it all up. The burden, metaphorical. That's correct. That's great. Take up your cross. Also, the cross, but saying yes, absolutely, absolutely. How are you, Alexa? Hello, yeah, I think it's going. I think it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I gotta find the zip up hoodies are. I mean, I think they're expensive. They're $43. I don't know if that includes shipping or not. I'm still working that. I'm trying to find. I'm just making stuff, and I'll worry about what's going on. Flirik. Are you XQC's father? So you're the second person to say that today, Liam. I don't remember. Was that you earlier? Hold on one second. Hold on one second. One second. There we go. All right. All right. Let me see. Let me do one more thing too. Let me see where I'm at. Charge for this thing. I'm fine. All right. Get this guy charging. All right. Okay. Sorry. Not bad for a quality zip up. Okay. Good. I was wondering. I mean, it's definitely a quality zip up. It's 80% cotton, heather gray, 70% cotton, 30% polyester. It's 22. It's thick zipper, kangaroo pockets, all that good stuff. Who's XQC is a streamer on Twitch. I'll pull up a picture of him. He's got like, I think we've got the same style hair, but his is definitely. I think he's got like black hair, and then he dyes it blonde, and then we'll look. We'll look, yeah. XQC. XQC. There he is. He's got a small nose though, but we do have the same. And he's probably 30. You know, he's 30. I'm 40. I'm 49. So he's got 30 years on me. He's 6'2". I'm 6'3". I'm 4, 6'3" and a half. Yeah, he's a famous streamer. Please excuse my dyslexia. I got that inverted. Which one? XQC? No, that was right. XQC. You got it right. What you meant? What I missed? Oh, QXC. Wow, I'm dyslexic too. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Wow, yeah, we do. That's weird. That's good. Yeah, that's so freaking awesome. I'm so happy about that. I don't know how I can add. Let's see. How do I add merchandise to my live stream YouTube? All right, tag up with 30 products, pin them. Okay. To do this effectively, you need to set up your store for YouTube managed product. Okay, I got a bunch of stuff to do that. I got no idea. All right, okay, we'll figure it out some of us later on today. We might even call that a doppelganger. Doppelganger. Yeah, it looks so good. It does look so good. I'm real happy about it. Google live streaming. Bam. Pop out dashboard, channel level settings. Pop out dashboard. Interesting. A doppelganger. Channel level settings. On mid-roll ads, frequency, overlays for breaks. Okay, yeah. We'll see what I can do. But yeah, I'm really happy. I'm really happy with the design. It looks really good. Let me see how much the shirts are. Let me go to store. Go to my products. Oh, maybe it's not. Okay, hold on. You're earning 1%, which I think is pretty good. You're earning 1%. Okay. Users, roles, payments, checkout, customer account, shipping and delivery. Okay, so it's not. I don't do that because I'm not shipping it from my house. That it's going from the factory to you guys. What up, watermelon hole? trade follows. I need two more to tell my side piece what. Okay, all right, I got you, brother. I got you. I got you, watermelon hole. I got you. I got you. Watermelon hole. Go to channel. Oh, I just pinned it instead of going to channel. Hold on. Where I at? It's okay. Pin. Watermelon hole. Bam. Go to channel. There we go. Watermelon hole. The one who came first. All right, you're at 49 now, brother. You're at 49. I just subscribed to you. I just subscribed. John Bernthal said hi. Don't take naps. John Bernthal said he don't take no naps. How much? $44. So if you don't want a zipper one, if you want a pullover, I'll be creating one soon, but it's like 42 bucks. 40, sorry. $43. And there's 59,994 available. Yes, sir, brother. This is custom made. So I broke this thing so many times. Skateboarding. Broke it on the coping of half pipes. Broke it on skateboards, on the backs of cars. Man, I did a bunch. Yeah, brother, Miss Milster. Thank you, David. Thank you. I blame my parents. Yeah, good genetics. Damn, I broke my tailbone. Oh, dude. Okay, I broke my tailbone on a roller skate. I was trying to roller skate backwards, and when I went to go forward, my foot slipped out, and then my ankle went backwards, and my butt crack went right down. As the roller skate was sideways, so the wheels were facing this way. And yeah, I hit right down. Boom, dude, it hurts so bad. Oh, it hurts so bad. I broke my tailbone twice. Yeah, dude, it hurt. BMX, dude, yeah. So, going off of a launch ramp. So there was a big hill that was, my house was at the bottom of a hill. So we would put a launch ramp there and we would go like a third of the way up the hill to get some speed to launch. But I was coming back from a buddy's house who lived up the hill. So I was doing, and then when I was coming down, I saw my brother and a bunch of my friends. I was over at my buddy's house the night before. And I was coming down the hill and I saw the ramp there. I was like, all right, I'm gonna pull a method here. And I freaking pull it and we had it was a quick ramp. It had a lot of I can't remember the term. Whatever it was. It was a quick ramp. So I went up and I went straight up in the air. And my whole body, I was like this, and I was kicking my legs. I was about to fall down head first onto the, so I started kicking my legs to bring my body around, and I just went boom off my butt. I bounced off the concrete onto the grass, and it was just, I freaking was on the grass, kicking my, yelling, screaming. Transition, yes, the transition. It hurt so freaking bad. It hurt. So I probably cracked my tailbone on this roller skate, but I broke that son of a bitch on the there's a male version of this chick. Yes. I've been getting that a lot today, Nicholas. Yeah, it was bad. What up, Bear? Yeah, it was freaking rough. It was rough. I mean, I would have been dead. I would have broke my neck. I mean, I was definitely coming down head first. And I just started kicking my feet, and somehow I brought the rotation around. Ugh, dude, it hurts so bad. I'm still feeling it, like, mentally. Whew. Oh, jeez. I already set up payments. Design your store. Oh, there we go. Edit theme. Man, looking good. View your store. Okay, I got my store looking good, boy. Okay, sorry. So everything. I'm trying to undo the brain rot that's happened to the world. So we can tell fart jokes. We can talk about physics. We can talk about chemistry. We can talk about girls, boys. We can talk about Democrats. We can talk about Republicans, wacky liberals, wacky conservatives. Freaking Trump taking Greenland. We could talk about vitamins, minerals, and anything. Bro, show me my name. What's your name? Enemy danger. What name did I put on the wall? I don't remember what you were anymore. Baths, fish, and blood. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty kick-ass. 110th grade. And I got kick-ass merch I just started today. It's not ready to buy yet, but Arnav. Yeah, okay, you're over here, Arnav. You're over here. Arnav, right there. Arnav. There you go, brother. I got you. I remember. All right, you happy? You happy, Arnav? You happy I remembered you? I only got 1,400 names up there. Hey, there you go. We got hat. Okay, so let me show you what this. Let me show you what this shirt looks like here. Okay, products. This is a hoodie, but it's freaking awesome, man. So it's got 110th grade, and then it's got "We Got Your Back." Freaking rules. That's so badass. Yeah, yeah, boy. Looks like my old tax guy from Michigan. I've never been to Michigan. Yes, God is good. Sorry, God is good. I'm right there with you, brother. With that I just showed you. Sorry, that's my. He's got your back merchandise. It's pretty dang cool. It's pretty dang cool. Yeah. Bro, give me a Tesla. You ask that all the time. I can't get you a Tesla. Buy a t-shirt. I want to talk about how come we never even tried to intercept 3 Atlas with 3i Atlas. Yeah, it's moving pretty quick. Let's see how fast it's estimated to be. 3i Atlas estimated speed. 137,000 miles an hour. It's fast, brother. That's fast. If you're interested in that stuff, Nicholas, both my father and my mother retired from Johns Hopkins APL, the Applied Physics Lab. My father worked for the Avery Propulsion Research Laboratory. Sorry, it's a cat hair floating in this guy. The Avery Propulsion Research Laboratory. So I know quite a bit about a lot of that stuff. Peel your hair back, speed. Yeah, peel your hair back speed, like 137,000 miles an hour is pretty freaking quick. That's with the quickness. I'm so I'm so happy. Where's my 2000 by 2000? Yeah, that looks freaking good, man. That looks so freaking good. We're discussing anything. Right now, we're talking about 3i Atlas, KR4 TOS 20. Yeah, I talk about anything. I'm a Ask Me Anything. I've done a whole lot. I had 25 jobs on my 25th birthday. Bill Nye, I'm back. What up, Jay? Amen, brother. Amen. Anything. We can talk anything. You can be a liberal, bitch about the conservatives. You can be a conservative, bitch about a liberal. You can be a libertarian, bitch about both of them. That's what I do. Exactly. It's fast as right, but it would give us a great distance back. So we would have to catch up. So the problem with interception is it's coming at us at 137,000 miles an hour. So we would have to get approximately a third of the way to it, then reverse, then go to about 136,000 miles an hour while it slowly caught up with us, and then we would have to find a way to lasso it and then slow it down, and that wouldn't happen. Could you imagine Dolly Parton flying at 137 miles an hour? Nah, he's gay not. What's gay not? He's gay not. No. I like kissing ladies on the cheeks. That's doing too much. That's doing too much. Yeah, that's a lot. And so I guess they know what the orbit would be, so it would slow down as it comes around the sun, and then right before it slingshots back out, so you have a terrestrial, an astral, terrestrial body, terrestrial. No, that's Earth. Interstellar. body, and so as it would come by, the gravity of the sun would slow it down, and then it would sling back around like a rubber band, and it would be taken off. No, it's not an alien spacecraft. I ain't no lib. I'm well, kind of. I'm a libertarian. I ain't no freaking liberal. I ain't no freaking wackadoodle. Listen, liberals done screwed their names up. Here was center, here was liberal, here was right, here was conservative, here was and liberal went way over here, way over there. I said, you're not a lib. Right? No, definitely not a lib. No, the problem is this. Yeah, it's a problem. I voted for Ron Paul 2012. Space Cowboy. That's one of my. These are all my these are my subscribers. Kamala 2020. I think she said she's running again. She probably because she got freaking rich. She just bought an $8 million house. She was $20 million in debt after her loss, her presidential loss, and she just bought an $8 million house. Lashing out because you can't understand anything about science. What exactly is libertarian? So libertarian is basically live and let live. Leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. Common sense, border, common sense, drug laws, common sense, like common sense. That's like, but let's see what it's currently defined as, because liberal and conservative change names too. Libertarian definition, not vegetarian. Libertarian definition. Okay, it's centered on maximizing individual liberty, personal sovereignty, and freedom, advocating for minimal government intervention in both personal and economic life, strong emphasis on self-ownership, voluntary association, and non-aggression principle, which is not using force or fraud against others, which I think is great. While generally socially liberal, sports, civil liberties, free expression, and drug decriminalization. I'm not down with the drug decriminalization. I'm for medicalization. The problem with drug decriminalization is you got a bunch of people in the government that are sold out to the freaking mob and to the cartels. So they want to legalize drugs to raise their prices, and then more people will go to the street sellers anyway. Because somebody's like, "What? I used to get an eighth for $25, and you're charging me $70." Taxes. Okay, cool. I'll go to the guy I've been going to for 30 years. Do you miss the money Trump is grifting too? Yeah, it's going. It's going. Anyone who identifies as a member of a political party is lacking the power. Agreed, 100%. 100%. The only way to take back power in this country is to not be a Republican or a Democrat. If they think they have your vote, if you're narrow-minded enough to always vote one party, you identify as a Republican, you identify as a Democrat, then they'll do whatever they want and they'll get your vote. It's stupid. You got to be like, no, I'm going to vote for a Republican for my mayor. I'm going to vote for a Democrat for my governor. Whatever. If this dude says I'm for this, then cool. Now, blue no matter who. Yeah, good idea. Yeah, you're boxing yourself into their ideologies. Because then once they have you, once you say, I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican, they can change. And then you're still going to be like, better than, yeah. Good cop, bad cop. It happens all the time. Asteroid 2028. Obama's in your closet. Oh, freaking Obama, dude. 100%. Yes. Big nerd. I'm a big nerd, Darbitron. Darbitron. Your name's Darbitron. You're calling me a big nerd? I'm definitely a big nerd, 100%. Freaking, I love. Yeah, identity politics lock you in no matter what they do. I'm not Jewish, Jackie. I broke my nose a lot skateboarding. It's custom. Bear the mass fins and feathers. So if they make us all get digital IDs, everyone gonna do it. No, dude, listen. I just tested out again. Intentionally. Wait, what happened? What happened? What I miss? What happened? Missed live chatting past minutes on YouTube. I accidentally did something I don't know. I did a message and no longer showing up. If you get a chance, maybe you can see. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah, no, they definitely shouldn't have blocked you in person. I'll check. Adrian Birdie. So I used to get that a lot. I used to get Adrian Birdie. No, no to new IDs. Yeah, no to new IDs. Republican or Democrat, eat a box of freaking donuts. No, not happening. No, no, no. If you're a Democrat, lifelong Democrat, and Democrats want to do it, vote Republican. If you're a lifelong Republican and Republicans want to do it, vote Democrat. You got to let them know that they can't have your votes because their name is whatever. That's so stupid. Write down what your morals are, what you live by, and what you will accept and what you won't accept. And if somebody that's a Republican fits that criteria, you vote that way. It's not that difficult. But my mom said maybe like yeah, filthy rich. I gotta say I'm pretty freaked out that more people aren't concerned. Okay, I forgot what I was going to. Okay, hold on, I gotta check. Let me see. Live stream. Bam, manage. Studio. Studio. Opening new tab. I vote for who's acting right. Right. No. Right. Right. That's what I'm saying. No, I'm not black. Not. I mean, very slightly. My mom's grandfather was from not Tobago, but Barbados. Bam. Let's see. Close. I'm in the wrong thing. Here we go. Edit content customization, creator settings, community moderation, user management, standard. Okay, hidden users. Strange. Scott Underground. The Pookie Monster. Who's the Pookie Monster? Live support. Yeah, I think you're a good gamer, Reds. Brother Almighty, Carter Gambler. No, Ethan. Oh, I don't see you. Honeybee, I don't see you freaking. Oh, I don't. No, I'm not tweaking. I don't do anything freaking cold. I don't do nothing. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't smoke cigarettes. Ernest goes to trap house, dude. That's funny. Do you clip coins? I know all about clipping coins, but I don't clip coins. Sly Buster says MAGA. Okay, let me see. All right, let me see. Why can't I find her? Why can't I find her in my writing? Bam, bam. Top chat, live chat. I'm trying to figure it out. Bro, what the fuck you want? Bro, I'm on nothing. I'm on vitamin B12, vitamin D3. This is me. What up, Leo? Yeah, Dan, or Cole, brother. I've I've got a year of live streams. You can go back. This is me. I'm me. My chat's about saving the world from freaking brain rot. I'm trying to be someplace where people can actually have intelligent conversations about anything, whether it's fart jokes or the government, religion, anything where you're not allowed to talk about other places. We'll talk about here. ICE protectors need a job. ICE protectors. Oh, ICE protectors need a job, right? Curious, kind of all over the place. Yeah, well, so I've got someone on Discord over here saying that they're having issues. So, and then I'm over here on here trying to solve the problem. So I'm going between multiple monitors. Yeah, I'm not. And there we got some more text coming in. This must be a parallel universe. Andy Dick is sober. Dude, Andy Dick, dude, that guy, man, he's having some freaking rough times. I can't. I'm 49 years old. I ain't doing no flips. So we're putting Trump on Mount Rushmore. Please tell me that's not happening. Yeah, listen to Dem Dami right there. F Trump, F Biden, F Obama. Yes, right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Double underline the Biden and Obama. They are freaking so I worked in the movie industry for the last 15 years. So I made propaganda for all the for all of the wackadoodles. Yes, F Biden, F Obama. At least Trump just doesn't care at all, and he's just like, "This is what I'm doing." Not, "Oh, but let's have the Affordable Care Act." But yeah. At least he's just, "Yeah, this is what I'm doing." He'll probably be on Mount Rushmore. I, he just created the Trump class destroyers and warships for the Navy. Like usually a president does that for another, names him for a different president, not the same name for himself. This guy should be on Mount. Dude, imagine trying to put this nose on Mount Rushmore. You could do like freaking. You could. What's up, Rosalind? Hop on one leg and chant something. Uh, what's something good to chant? John Bernthal says you don't take naps. What did you regret? I show slow. I show slow. That's funny. That's funny. 2023, the world held a vote for making food a human right. Yeah, dude. That's crazy shit. I think it was water also, Dem. I gotta like, you gotta like and follow. Hey, brother. Bam. You are a funny guy, bro. Jonathan, I try my best. I try my best. I'm pretty good at it. I think I'm pretty good at this. You know, I think I'm pretty, oh, a year. We've been streaming for a year now, and I've only got 22 people banned. That's pretty amazing. Usually, if I watch anybody else's streams, it's every like couple of minutes. I stream for 6, 7, 8, 9 hours at a time. I love the Gulf of America, though. Listen. That the more I think about it, the more I like it. He pissed off so many cartel guys when he did that. Like, I think that was him. Like, and like, so I understand you can hate Trump, you can hate Biden, you can hate, I understand, but can you learn from them? What was, and this is what I tell you, what was pretty crazy. When he went into Venezuela, this is why it was crazy. Venezuela, Iran, Russia, they buy this tool from China that China said can detect our stealth bombers and our stealth helicopters. Well, it was active and running in Venezuela when we walked in, stole their president and his wife, and left. So that proved to the whole world that was using this Chinese technology, stealth detection technology, that it don't work. What kind of women you're into? One with big old cool. Yeah, tennis streamers are super bad. Yeah. So usually, listen, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. Most people break up because of their ideologies, and I they can both freaking eat a bag of hot dogs. Food and water for certain areas and certain situations require U.S. intervention. That's absolutely true. And if we should always involve ourselves all the time. We should always involve ourselves all the time. That's at least we're not spreading democracy. Right. No, Natsuki, my man. I like streams where they don't call you misogynist or racist. No, listen. I love it. Misogyny. This is what I love about it. This is what I love about Islamophobia. This is what I love about bigot. This is what I love about racist. The only people that call you that are people that don't want you to call out bad behavior. No one says, "Oh, look at this beautiful Christian woman. Look, you're Christianophobic." No, if you're freaking robbing the treasury and stealing everything, and just don't look into that. Don't look. Don't. That's right. That's the problem. Right. Right, because you're calling out bad behavior. You can't, if people call themselves Muslims and they're doing bad shit, it's not Islamophobic to say you're an asshole. It's like, but. Yes, the piano. I suck at the piano, by the way. Food is already being added to made from human flesh. I have heard that too. I just called a bigot. I was just called a bigot. I think women can't do certain jobs, and you should have seen the comments. You look like Dave Grohl when he was in Nirvana. Yeah, I can kind of see that actually. Yeah, now he's aged out. What up, Pookie Pro? I just yeah, it's absolutely crazy. So, and you have the girls that called me the misogynist the most were like OnlyFans creators. Like anything a woman does, okay, because of the patriarchy. No, you're just an asshole. If you're an asshole, you're an asshole. It doesn't matter if you're woman, man, Muslim, Christian, Jewish, whatever. You can just be an asshole. But they think there's nothing wrong with them, so it must be their religion or sex or whatever. Yeah, yeah. Yes, right. We all have roles. He's aged out. I think so. Yeah, I'm kind of stupid sometimes. They're filthy rich. I did a job called powder coating, and I know a woman that couldn't do that. I know all about powder coating. I used to powder coat lots of things. You use static electricity, static charges to attract a negatively charged powder to a positively charged conductive, and then you have to bake it to melt the plastic, the toner, I believe it is. How much Adderall they prescribe? I don't take Adderall at all. The only thing I take vitamin D3, which is basically an antidepressant, and B12 methylcobalamin. And with a cup of coffee, this is how I react. And I'm 49 now, and like I could pass a piss test from like 8 feet away. Yeah, no Adderall. When I was a youth, because I acted like this, they put me on Ritalin, but my friends all took it all. Free Palestine. My boy, no disrespect. No, I'm not wired at all. 100%. I'm caffeinated. 100. I'm caffeinated. I had a cup of coffee with dinner, but yeah, no, I don't do shit. And I would like to. I understand if this is the first time you've come across one of my streams. You can watch a year of me, my personality. This is it. This is what you get, and I get it all the time. ADHD much, autism much. No. Yeah, you just ran 3 lines with a nose like that. Yeah, I get it all the time. I get it all the time. Have you taken classes or just no. So yeah, I'm what's called an autodidact. I self-taught. Um, I wish I was wired. No such country. They also tried to make me take Ritalin and Adderall. My dad shut it down. Yeah, so my parents were like, yeah, he's freaking wackadoodle. So we got it. We got one prescription filled, and all my friends were like, oh, crush. And so I got it once. I never got them again. Caffeine. Yeah, caffeine. So yeah, I drink a lot of caffeine. The B12 methylcobalamin B12 5,000. You're supposed to take 2.4. At least that's the daily allowed. I take 5,000. Thank you. Is that odd? Hold on. No, brother, just okay, good. Just Justin. Yeah, is it odd that your nose is huge? No. This came from skateboarding. I broke this a lot of times. My nose is all kind of lumpadoodle, and it works fine. It works fine. My parents were like, "How do we get him to stop moving?" Bill Nye, a science guy. Yeah, I got a big nose. Absolutely. What's that? They're all my subscribers back there. Six. None of them are cyan. None of that. What is cyan? If you get a Red Bull in me, and I'll start talking. Hold on. You get a Red Bull in me, and I'll start talking like you, and people don't know what to do. Thank you, MM. I have a voice. I have a voice. You have a nice nose. Don't listen to me. Thank you, Sad Pepperoni. He was Tony Hawk's stunt double, dude. He was a bad man. I met Tony Hawk in Maryland at Herondale Mall. The Bones Brigade showed up there in the early '90s to do a skate demo. It was freaking good, and it's amazing how good he is in his like 60s or whatever. He's got to be near there. It works fine. The truth. The pianist skateboards and sing. La, 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 la. Pro Skater 2, fit, great game, great game. Played that for hundreds of hours. None of the cyanocobalamin. No, 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 no. Stay away from the cyanocobalamin. So cobalamin is vitamin B12. Your liver methylates it and turns that into methylcobalamin. Cyanocobalamin is a cheap byproduct of other processes, but it's cyanocobalamin. So if you take it, your liver takes the cobalamin, releases the cyanide into your body, and then turns it into methylcobalamin. So just take methylcobalamin and it absorbs right away. The poop juice. They don't have mirrors. Yes, buy silver. I bought it when it was at $20. It's at 80, no, 91 right now, I think. I actually, I can just to let you know, I've already had it right there on this refresh. Yeah, 90. And look, it went up 10% in a week. So if you bought $100,000 worth of silver last week, it would be worth $110,000 in 1 week. 1 week. I go live multiple times a day. I'm usually live about 8 to 10 hours a day. AJ. Oh, sorry, Puro. Yes, it walks in. Yes, in walks. Watch the intro to Tony Hawk's game to see his highlights. I used to love that stuff. What up, adventures, brother? And what up, Julio? Silver is getting silver. So they're using silver now to bond two silicon chips together, so that when you're making microchips, you etch silicon, you etch what you want on the silicon, and then you usually take gold to bond the silicon chip to the little legs on the microchip that gets soldered onto the circuit board. But now they have a way to take two chips and bond them together so that they can communicate. Two chips can communicate to each other, and they use silver to do that. So they're basically doubling the throughput of one particular chip because it's got two pieces of silicon. So they're using a lot of silver. They only add about 3 to 5%. They only mine about 3.5% more silver every year to the supply. So it's very, very slow rising. And now they're using it. It's freaking jumping up there. What's your goal in these live streams? I want to save the world, Filthy Rich. I want to save the world. Listen, I made propaganda for 15 years. I'm sure I've ruined a lot of people's lives with it. Made a lot of people Republican, made a lot of people Democrat, and a lot of people brain rot. I'm trying to be the anti-brain rot. If people need to know anything health-wise that I may know, science-wise, fart joke-wise, anything that I might have, I'm glad. I'm here to share information and to learn. It's not a secret anymore. I came into politics. Now we're on silver. Right. Dude, I'm so glad I didn't miss this last one. Hey, Julio, thank you, brother. We were talking about politics, and now we're talking about silver. How do you feel about taking the taking over of America? This is if we think about this logically, like if I said, hey, I want to take over America, I wouldn't be doing it this way. Jeez, listen, there's so many people. I don't understand. If people really want to make change, don't lose your lives for honking a horn at an ICE agent. I understand wanting to be out there, but some people go too far, and they're not going to be like, oh, stop. Oh, sorry, Jane from frickin' TikTok. I didn't realize you were here. Everybody retreat. That's not what's going to happen. And it's like, why don't you regroup? Why don't you regroup and plan something? Like plan a mass voting campaign. Don't show. I made a lot, dude. So I work a lot. I made a lot. Over 15 years, I've done a lot of videos, commercials for Republicans and Democrats alike, and when they're not being filmed, they're both in the same maybe I shouldn't talk about it. They're friends. Let's just say they're very good friends when they're not on screen bitching about each other. Should I stay single or buy a wife? How old are you, adventures? So I'm 49. I plan on getting married by 53. And I don't even have, info on silver, Blue Sky. Listen, so right now it's at $90, right? It's projected to hit $100 by the end of the month. If you can get a lot of silver, and I did, so it. So hold on. So let's just do this real quick. When is silver projected to hit $100 an ounce? Okay. Major financial institutions, yada, 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 with several analysts get $100 an ounce in 2026 due to extreme supply deficits and surging industrial demand, especially solar EVs and AI. So if you look at, if we keep going down, yeah, it says a gold will hit 5,000, I'm sorry, silver will hit $100 an ounce by March. And this is Kitco. So, and that's not just Kitco. There's a lot of people saying it, and it's just, so that means it's going to gain about 10% over the next couple of weeks. If you can get it at 90, it'll go up to 100, and you can't, like, if you're lucky in the stock market, you can make 10% in a year. We're talking about in a few weeks. Absolutely. Rip Little Scooter. What up, Red Hot Pyro? Fart jokes have their place. Absolutely. You have to have recess in school. Soldier Boy. Yes, Soldier Boy. They circumcised me with a machete and he took off a couple inches extra. It's rough. Rip Michael Jackson. He said Antarctica. They made a treaty in the 1800s that America and Britain and other countries own Antarctica, but no military. Right, and that's a big crazy thing. Oh, it said, oh, Antarctica. I wonder why I was thinking America. Oh, that's what I missed. What are the dangers? Okay, what are the dangers in electronic devices and what should we avoid? Okay, the big dangers in with electronics is ionizing radiation, not really 5G. The issues I think that are wrong with 5G is it basically it turns everything into an X-rays, and this is where I think people get confused. So if you have a 5 gigahertz router in your house, it's bouncing off the walls and it's absorbing when it hits your skin. So people from outside could have a device that could see you walk through because of where the waves are absorbed. But will it cause cancers and whatnot? Warcord, what up, pal? Ain't seen you in a while, brother. Yeah, but it's not the biggest problem with electronics is capacitors. Very big, fast discharge. Big and fast discharge. Yes, they eat together and plot all of these things. I look 76. I'm 49. How did you get yourself 5,000 ounces of silver? 5,000 ounces. That would be nice, wouldn't it? I don't have quite that much. It's what I tell every blue or red. If they pin us against each other for votes, what they will go to the orchestra. Yeah, you can't. If you want control, you've got to teach these people that they don't have your vote. What really needs to be done is lifelong Democrats have to vote 100% Republican for like the next 2 years. Then they'll be like, and then they'll straighten their shit out, and because they want to be in power, but everybody, there's lifelong Democrats that won't not vote Democrat, and the Republicans, they seem to be flopping. So that's why I say that in particularly. But yeah, it's big. I like what you did yesterday for your other stream. Thank you, Julio, brother. It's hard to explain to everyday norm. It is. It is. Could hit $100. It could hit $100 today. It absolutely could hit $100 today. It's 1 o'clock, 1:45 now. And this is the thing. It's gone up. Like if you look how much silver has gone up. Listen, people. Let me talk to you here. If you can get yourself some extra cash, $100, $1,000, $10,000, put it in silver. Look into putting it in silver. It's really crazy. Look at this. I'm gonna show you something here. Okay, so here's the trend chart. All right, I know it's hard to see. Sorry, but so at yesterday, January 11th, it was at $83, and now it went up to 93, and it's going back down. But all these go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So it's already got to 94.11. It'll most likely be there very shortly. It's the closest thing, and the thing is, even if you buy it from 90 and it doesn't go up to 100, it'll probably go up to 91. It'll probably go up to 93 or 4 today. So It won't drop to 20 today, most likely, unless something very big happens. Like if all of a sudden they say, "Hey, Trump just took over the freaking the moon and we found all this silver." 10% days are coming. Yes, yes, I agree. How did you get your sense? Shut up. I ain't got no kids. Freaking stop holding your money on cash. Yes, yes. Cash just gets old. Silver assets, they grow. They make you money. Chat, how do you feel about taking over Antarctica? China and Russia are beating us at the South Pole. Big fish and big oil down there. I'd say let's do it. It's more of a security risk. Brand Dog, these are all my subscribers. Do you think votes have the power to change things? Yes, but people are so the vote has the power to change things, but the people that vote are easily influenced. What happened to our $2,000 rebate? I don't know. I don't know. I've been addicted to silver ever since 2022. I have 100 ounces of platinum too. That's nice. Someone sent me 100. I can invest. Join Silverholics Anonymous. Rather, listen, silver has been disproportionately priced to gold for decades. Right. No, absolutely. And now, because we've been using gold for electronics and everything, and now silver's getting its chance, getting its turn. Wasn't that what Trump hold on, wasn't that what Trump was the right and the left didn't have our vote? The big we're talking about just Trump. I'm talking about mayors, governors, House of Representatives, and stuff. Yeah, remember the president can't do this much, couldn't do this much if he didn't have the House. The Democrats screwed up so bad they lost so many people that now the House, the Senate, and the presidency is all Republican. So that's the Democrats' fault, plain and simple. They believe they have everybody's votes, that they went overboard and they lost enough people to tip the scales. And then now a bunch of people, I feel like the votes won't change much based on the system itself. I don't know your political affiliation, but you're insane. Thank you. People are dumb. $2,000 rebate was a lie to add an amount of lies. It looks like it. So Senate holds the most power. Senate holds the most important thing for your daily life is your local and state government. That's what affects the taxes you pay at your house, at your store and stuff. It's not the president. It's the local. You got to get these people are nuts. Yes, you have to be. Yes, I think my insanity helped me break apart what's going on. And I was very lucky to be in and around a lot of these conversations when I was filming political campaign ads and stuff like that. Because the thing is, when these people are super rich, when you're poor, they don't see you. You're not there. They're just talking like you're not there. They're like, yeah, man, I just and you're like, I'm right here, and they still, yeah, they can't see it. Gawk 2 was referred to federally, right? Yeah, yes, yes, Trey. I am. I'm definitely very educated, and I'm definitely crazy, 100%. Government is okay to vote local. Yes, you've got to change the federal. Look what's going on in Minnesota. They voted Democrat. They voted for liberal. They got what they wanted, and that so till the federal government came in. So they changed Minnesota how they wanted Minnesota to be, right? So the local governments in Minnesota, regardless of the federal government, they changed Minnesota to how they wanted Minnesota to be. So they absolutely did it. Didn't matter who was in the White House. Guys, 2027, all about a new disease called as moist. My ass is moisture. All I can say about that is the United States Senate is that open without a prayer and closes without an investigation. Agreed, Neil. Agreed. It opens with a prayer and closes with an investigation. That's true. Education is a curse. Institutional education is absolutely a curse. I dropped out of high school in 11th grade and I took one semester of college, and I learned a lot because I was allowed to chase the knowledge I wanted to know. I wasn't, okay, quadratic equations for freaking a month. Yeah, I couldn't do that. I absolutely have adventures with Eddie. The Fed said I don't think so, Lamau. Knowledge brings unhappiness. Knowledge will absolutely make you resentful. Yeah, education is a curse. Absolutely. Knowledge, absolutely. The more you know about how the world works, and this is what's interesting about the woke word. They call it woke, but they lie to everybody. But if enough people believe that they're the woke ones, they think they're the ones that have the hidden information. So they don't need to go search for it because they've already been told the secrets of the world. But it's a that was a manipulation. It saved my life too, brother. When you ask questions they don't understand, when you ask questions they don't understand, it makes them uncomfortable. Knowledge is a virtue, and this is why you see so many arguments with Republicans and Democrat kids that are colleged, that have a degree, and they think, and then when they're like, I got my degree, and you say, well, blah 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 blah, blah, and they're like, obviously you're dumb. I paid for this. So they paid to be lied to, basically, and now they can't imagine that that actually happened. And they look at their bank account and they're in tens of thousands of dollars in debt. What up, Trent? The disease is going to make you green inside. Too much poop, mad headaches, and make your mind go crazy. Resentful, like well, actually, let's look it up. So two I can explain what resent is, but let's since you're in Turkey, let me give you a definition. The I can't figure out what I was talking about again. The definition of resentful: the feeling or expressing of bitterness or being upset at the feeling of being treated unfairly. So like if like me and you both went to school together, but somebody gave me a lotto ticket and made me $10 million, and you're like, why did you get the lotto ticket? Why did you get to have the better life? Instead of you being happy for me being rich, you get resentful. All the rhetoric from certain politicians at federal levels without giving power to the states, except when it doesn't serve them. Right. But that's what politics is. They paid a lot of money to get in these positions of power. They didn't do that for you. They did that for themselves. Thomas Gross, these people can't even answer a simple question of, can a man have a baby? Exactly. So I'll tell you why. What Republican or Democrat? Republican or Democrat? Here you go. Welcome, Prasadro. This is how easy it is. The average person, American, spends $20,000 in a lifetime on medical care. The average trans patient spends 1.7 million. The more trans patients you have, the more money you will make. Plain and simple. It's dollars and cents. And democracy isn't all that, Jackie Moon. Welcome back again. I think I remember you from the other day. So interesting thing about democracy is America's not a democracy. And you hear all these people saying they're going to ruin our democracy. America's a democracy. America is a constitutional republic, not a democracy. And so they just lie because they want to emotionally manipulate people into voting for them. Oh my God, our democracy, which doesn't even exist. America's screwed for now. Great, like 300 million through super PACs for just one individual. Right. Where did the $1.5 billion go in 100 days for Kamala? What? Twerking and shit? Korea, Vietnam, you have democracy, right? Right. Democracy's good. We all need a supreme leader. Listen. This is one thing that's interesting too about the No Kings movement and stuff that was going on. I think anybody would prefer a kick-ass king to a bunch of shithead elected officials. Am I incorrect about that? Like if somebody was going to be so kick-ass as a king, would you say, no, because you're a king? No. That's like racism, but classism, because oh, you're a king, you think you're better than me, but they're doing everything great. We need to make sure that people can save all the money they spend on medical care by getting it back from their taxes, increase their tax burden. I agree with that 100%, Neil. Democracy is baby communism. What about Indian democracy? Yes, yeah. So India is a we. I got a lot of Indians in here. A lot of my moderators are Indians, pros, and the, the thing is still you guys have lots of corruption, lots, just like America. You got with the freaking tooth has to be ripped out of the jaw of freaking rot. Bargain bin Bill Moore, give me a glorious king. Yeah, give me a glorious king. If you take the red pill, you will be sad and depressed. Yeah, it happens. A benevolent dictator theory. Yes, right, right. But herein lies the problem. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. No one has risen unscathed from supreme power. People always take advantage of it. Democracy cannot succeed unless those who express their choice to be prepared to choose wisely. The real safeguard of democracy, therefore, is education. 100%, 100%. They hijack the education system by letting, when I went to college, the semester I went, I had to pass a entrance exam. You weren't even allowed to borrow money to go to college unless you passed the entrance exam. And now anybody can. Communism is bad. Average propaganda enjoyer. Average propaganda enjoyer. Absolute power brings absolute corruption. Absolutely, plain as day, right? It's not people that care so much about their selves, not their identity, what they appear to be, what their I can't think of the term I wanted to use. They often sell out everyone else to look better. And people that are in government, like AOCs and stuff like that, because they're in government, they can see how truly rich, disgustingly rich the rich are. And people like her appear to think, I rule you. I make the laws for you. I rule you. I deserve to have your money. And then they're like, okay, well, how do I get it? Are you in favor? Are you in favor of tests to vote? Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Listen, Republican, Democrat, whatever. It's gotten out of hand. It's gotten out of hand. Absolutely. Listen, you can't get a driver's license or a tattoo, or if you're mentally disabled or retarded, if they're allowed to use that anymore. Voting is deadly serious shit. Agree, absolute power, corrupting, absolutely, absolutely. Democracy without morality is impossible. I agree with that also. I shouldn't have voted for Trump. I should have voted for Trump. Xavier, I'll tell you one thing. It's interesting to see. As I didn't vote for Trump, but I didn't vote for Kamala either. Make sure I get that out there. He appears to be, even though he's a wackadoodle, he appears to be the only adult in the room, meaning Trump is wackadoodle. But how flippin' crazy are these freaking Tim Waltzes and shit? Like completely childlike behavior. Like, I would take Trump behind and beat him up. It's like you guys are driving the bus that has me and my family's livelihoods in it. These freaking whack asses are driving are operating the spaceship America, and they're like, and I think we're so used to freaking idiots that we're okay to be ruled by them. It's crazy. Jesus kryptonite was his kindness and forgiveness. I agree with that also. How crazy how a live stream like this is useful, is so niche, unpopular, and yet still the other side of the coin garners so much more fame, attention. The majority of society aren't individuals. Puro, brother. I've been doing this for a year, and I usually until I got monetized, just couple of days ago, I would get three, four, five, six people in the stream. Now that I'm making money off of it, it's gone up substantially. Like there's like substantially. So now also YouTube changed their rules now after the whole lawsuit with Trump thing and stuff, apparently. Now you can actually talk about things like abortion, um, 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 religions that people aren't allowed to talk about freely and get paid for them now. So they did away with the canceling thing because Trump sued uh, Google, YouTube for censoring his freedom of speech. He won $24 million. I think it was supposed to be like a half a billion from what I heard. And what they did is like, okay, we'll let everybody talk about stuff. And so now, and that came out yesterday that you're allowed to talk about abortion and stuff and get paid for it. Like you used to be, if you talked about it, you got canceled. Then if you talked about it, you just couldn't get paid for it. So then people, wanted to get paid. A wake up call for Americans that Uruguay is recognized as the most democratic country in the Americas. Uruguay. I refused to vote for a president I couldn't go to war. I wouldn't go to war for. That's a great way to think. That's a great way to think. Only sober person in the room. Yeah, but Kampala was a better option. But was she? No, dude. No, she. Listen, when people so obviously lie to your face, you cannot let these people have power. Listen, Biden was in mental decline very bad, and she just puked lie after lie after lie. That wouldn't have stopped had she been president. It would have got worse. It would have got worse. Yes, Jackie. Yes. Yes, they are driving the bus. Keanu Reeves speed style. I should have voted Erdogan. Yes, you should have. Absolutely. I find it strange how people protest or care when they're told, like, for example, ICE is the talk of the town now. Yeah, Genesis, land of confusion, or spin doctors. Little can't be wrong. Genesis, land of confusion. Kelvin, how you doing, brother? So I having been in the movie industry and been in the union, I get texts offering me money to protest. A lot of these protesters are 100% paid. You got a bunch of people that don't have jobs or they're laid off of the movie industry right now because AI has really got it in a bind and they're getting paid to protest. So not everything you see is real. And I think the reason these people are so brazen, I think they're being lied to. Like when that Renee Good Renee Good woman got shot, her girlfriend, they say it's her wife, but they now it came out yesterday that she's not married, that she was never married, and the girlfriend never adopted the kid. It's all she just wants to anyway. When Renee got shot, a moment later, that wife said, "Why did you have real bullets?" So they were told, "Don't worry, you'll just get shot with pepper spray, rubber bullets." And come to find out, that wasn't true. So whoever's training these people are lying to them. I should be abolished. Violence against children is never the answer. I so here's the problem. Trump has used ICE the least. Obama the most, Biden a lot. Trump will catch up and surpass Biden, but no one cared when it was Biden or Obama. How many people did Biden deport? Okay, here you go. The Biden. All right. Biden administration in the 12 months after Title 4, the Biden administration ramped up deportations under the standard U.S. immigration framework, Title 8, and removed or returned 775,000 immigrants unprocessed through May 10th, so 316,000. And it keeps hit the wrong button. So like a million or more people Biden, and no one said a thing at all. I agree that children, this is a big problem. It's a big problem. I agree and disagree, damn. I think it's gotten out of control. Out of control. How do you know anything? I rap. I rap. That's how I know. My name is. Everybody knows everything, brother. Do you believe the Antifa theory? Yes, I do. Because I worked in the movie industry and a lot of them are Antifa. How many people did Biden let in? I think it's like 25 million. They're saying up to 25 million. Everyone has an opinion. Yeah, Logan, it's only a problem when Trump does it. Yep, exactly. Kind of crazy statement that they wouldn't think that ICE is carrying live rounds. Yeah, yeah. And hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see if I can find it. It's crazy. Renee Good's wife says, "Why were you carrying live bullets?" Mm, real bullets. Okay. Short videos. Uh, okay, this is all that. But let me go back down. We had whistles, they had guns, key contacts, the cold shot and kill dispute. We had whistles, they had um Renee Good's wife saying, "Why did you?" Renee Good's wife saying, "Why did you use real bullets?" All right, let's see. Let's see. All right, I don't know where it's at. Okay, so it was this is all one day ago, one day ago, one day ago. It was after if you guys look it up, when for guards call the shots. If you watch the video where they say, "Why I brought her down here, it was my fault. Why did you use real bullets?" It's kind of crazy statement that they would think. Yes, right. Yeah, yeah. You believe in astrology? No, no, no. I believe in astronomy. No, not astrology, brother. I apologize for my profanity. I just can't believe Biden would be in control of anything important at that stage. Brother, I agree. I agree 100%. The Antifa theory. So Antifa is a organized, decentralized, organized group that wants to overthrow the government. Some of them are anarchists, some of them are socialists, some Marxists, and their plan, like kind of like Fight Club. They were trying to get these people into place. So one of the interesting things is DEI and defund the police. So one of the theories is the reason they wanted to defund the police is because they knew it wouldn't work. So they defund the police, which causes a lot of police to be fired and laid off and whatever. Then they're like, oops, crime goes through the roof. But DEI is now in effect. So when they say we need to rehire even more police, now using DEI, they don't care about black, white, brown. They don't care about that. They would use that to get people they wanted in, other operatives into positions of police power. So that's the theory. What up, Nancy? We're good. We're good, Diddy. What up, Yuto? Nancy, good to see you again. Same astronomy, right? You like both astronomy and astronomy. Also, listen. When they tell people, like, do you see the looks on these people's faces when they're being thrown to the ground and arrested? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I said I was sorry. It's like it's absolutely crazy. I think people get so caught up and consumed in trying to get a viral moment. And I'm gonna tell you something very interesting, and I think this has to do with Hollywood knowing for so long how addictive attention is. When you have people that are beautiful when they're young and uglier when they're old, men and women, they want that attention to continue. So Karens are known as women that have that used to get a lot of attention as they're young, and as they get older they don't get seen anymore, so they start saying, "Why did you give me a large instead of a medium? I ordered a medium fry." Like they just do shit just to get attention, whether they realize it or not. And so you have all these people that have been on the internet and on their cell phones for all these years, And then now that they have this ability to test time, they don't have people to take care of, so they take care of the immigrants or the illegal immigrants or whatnot. They're mothering them. It's absolutely nuts. And like this is theory. I'm not. This is truth. I hate when people say defund the police, but they say they're not trained correctly. Funding equals training. Right. Yeah, no, listen, it was a setup. They wanted to get rid of a bunch of the police, put DEI into effect so that when they rehired the police after they're like, oops, we were wrong, they would be able to hire whoever they wanted. Because remember, it was only straight white men that couldn't get hired. So they weren't just trying to hire black people or brown people or whatever. They would have hired people that were in their ranks. You look like a cool. Thank you, Web Matrix brother. This man just told the truth on YouTube. I'm smarty. You were talking reasonably earlier. You seem to have done a complete 180 anti. Yes, I know what Antifa means, but have you ever been to an Antifa rally? Listen, I'm telling the truth. The Antifa means the reason that they say it's just a word is so no one looks into the organization. It has nothing to do. Listen, there's a reason everyone knows what Antifa means. And there's booklets and stuff. There's like you can find all the booklets. It's not, I know it means anti-fascist. I understand that. But they're absolutely, but whether I support them or not, this is the truth. I'd like to have a conversation with you, brother. Brother, if you've got Discord, you can hit me up on Discord. I fail first. Your culture is different than mine, so I imagine Turkish citizens. Yeah, you can't do that. I do want to visit India this year, actually. What about the elite society puppeteering at all? This is here you go, Puro. Herein lies the problem. They say racism, this, that, blah, blah, blah. They don't care nothing about race. If you're elite, you're elite. Elite only stay elite if other people don't become elite. So they want to do whatever they can do to make sure that the people below the elite class don't become elite. So they want to make sure they don't teach you about money or anything like that in elementary school, junior high, or high school. They don't teach you how debt works. They don't teach you how to balance a checkbook or anything like that. They just keep you, I don't know, it's classism, not racism. Because if it was true racism, true white supremacy, there wouldn't be anybody but white elites. Yes, absolutely. Listen, if the only reason you're special is because you're a financial elite, you're not special anymore if everybody is. And that would ruin them. Who are they? What would you think go down with Greenland, if anything? We're going to end up with Greenland. Elite societies are in the namesake for never going to let it go. They're never going to let it go. They try to tell me the meaning of the name. I know what it means. I agree with that, but they do. Right. So this is the problem. Regardless what Antifa meant, people decided to start groups saying we're the local chapter of Antifa, even though you might not think that actually is a thing. And they screwed it up. It's just like the word liberal. Liberal used to mean something, and then a bunch of people co-opted it. Democrat used to mean something, then a bunch of crazies co-opted it. So now they're just like, well, I'm anti-fascist. I don't want any fascists either. Well, then great. And the people that started groups called Antifa are like, yeah, we're even bigger than we thought we were. And it's a problem. It's a problem with how we interpret the vocabulary. Elite society. Yeah. You look like Adrian Brody. Thank you, Mailer Soon. Sailor Moon. Be careful going to India. It's almost like killed a friend of mine. Jeez. Yeah, it's definitely a lot. 100% correct on elites. Thank you, Blue. Not true. You're so washed up, brother. Get offline. Do you recall the dimensions of your wackadoo? What up, Space Cow? Do you recall? Hold on. What do you think the motivation is behind Greenland narrative? Okay, so what do I honestly think? I honestly think two things can be true at once. I honestly think we're going to get it for national security. And I also honestly think a lot of people are going to get rich storing it. Release the files. Agreed. Release the files. That's right. I'm preaching. It's time. Listen, lies have gotten us to where we are. If we want the Republican Party and the Democratic Party to get back to a semblance of greatness, the lies have to stop. They've got to stop. I went to bed, woke up, and you're still online. What up, bicycle? I'm a liberal. Oh, Trump reminds me of 1994 Clinton. I agree. I voted this then too. I used to, the left used to say Americans need their jobs, and right, right, right. Absolutely, absolutely. Trump, this is why I think they threw bullets at him. I think the plans, whatever plans was set up to get a whole lot of money out of America, that was set up in the current Democratic Party, the post year 2000 like Democratic Party. Trump knew this, being a Democrat. And then he said, going Republican, guys. So he took those secrets and came over here, came over there, switched sides. And they're like, no, 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 no. And that's why they hate him. These files you speak of, what good will they do in the span of time? Nothing, nothing. Listen. If Trump was in those files the way they want him to be in those files, they would have plastered them everywhere. Listen, they tried everything, including throwing bullets at the man, and they couldn't stop him. If they had that in there, they would have used it. Trust built on lies is ridiculous. I agree. We live in an alternate universe. I agree. We're seeing it getting exposed behind the protesters. I agree too. Thank you, Mr. Lewis. The files are another misdirection. I agree. They would have used them to make. Listen, if I was a scammer working in the government or around the government, I wouldn't want Trump elected either. Not at all. I'd want to keep my gravy train flowing, and so it's easy to keep. Listen, who bought the bricks? If you watch the old George Floyd protests, they're pallets of bricks that were delivered. Somebody bought them, somebody paid for the delivery, somebody got in a forklift and got it off the back of the truck and put it on the ground. All that was paid for. So somebody paid to make these things happen. And listen, this is something interesting also. Trump had like 400 rallies, and CNN was only at one. Guess what one? The one where he got the attempted Merkelation 6,000. Hawaii was taken before some other colonial powers bumped off the Queen. Yeah, listen, this is human nature. It's always been this way. People that rule countries never, typically, never want to just be like, oh, everything's cool. They're like, I'm going to die soon, eventually, and I want to go down in history saying I expanded our nation. Misdirection from what? Misdirection from the fraud, I believe, GI Robot. Please planted that. No, I don't know if we're talking about the same thing. I said Trump has established his own gravy train. That's right. That's right. And think about this. For 50 years, he's been hanging around these people, and he knows all of the ways things move. He knows what they're going to buy, when they're going to buy, what industries, and so he can invest in those things early. So and he doesn't even need the insider trade. And I don't know this, for sure. But it just appears that way. So expert, so informed, believe me. I'm not saying believe me. I'm saying let's talk about it, and let's talk about something else if you want to talk about something else. You must read the same news I do. It seems so simple. Yes, well, I read everything I can get my hands on. I read very few headlines. I'm not sure what the misdirection is for, but I'm always 100% that whatever they're covering up with TMZ bullshit is probably 10,000 times worse than the files. So so we printed 4 trillion more dollars during COVID. 4 trillion more dollars. We quietly printed 4 trillion more dollars. The only reason we would have done that is if it was able to be spent and taken. So if whatever they're doing, whoever the Republicans and the Democrats, whatever these whack, I'm going to talk about the criminals, the criminal politicians, whatever they're doing was to get super, super, super rich. I'm telling you that spending all these years in office, they feel like they're our rulers, that they deserve to be rich for being our rulers. They want to be like kings. They want to have gold crowns and wear big gowns and stuff. Yes, it's corruption. Yes, corruption. Absolutely. Total corruption. No, brother, listen, the only reason I feel that I can speak on this GI robot is because working in the movie industry for so long, when we film their commercials, vote for me, they are like, this guy's a piece of crap. But then when we cut, they come up and they're like, hey man, blah, 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 you got it. I won't go into it, but they're buddy buddy. Let's just put it that way. It's an act. They know what they're doing. They know the laws they're passing. They know the loopholes. That's all. They plan all this stuff out. I'm going to tell you guys something real quick. Let me finish reading this up about DNA mindset. What up, DNA? Trump increased the debt 25% his first term. And this is the interesting thing. Do you think that they're working together? It almost seems like they are. It almost seems like they are. Like what the Trump during Trump, we had COVID, then we had all this money, then Trump's gone, and then all the money. So it was like it's like somebody, pitched it to him. He hit the ball, then we switched parties, switched sides, and then one side gets to catch the ball, then the next inning they swap again, and it's just money, 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 money. Go ball or go home. Shut up, Space Cow. Trump's enemies say Trump was given this cash and kept losing on casinos in college. Oh, damn. Yeah. I mean, he's definitely a gambler. I mean, I don't know about casino gambling. It's probably why he started a bunch of casinos because he knew he'd make a bunch of money. Okay, so when I was working with all these super rich people and they got Lamborghinis and Ferraris and whatnot, and they get speeding tickets every freaking couple of hours, how do they keep their licenses? So what I was told, whether this is true or not, I don't know. I never tested it out because I ain't got the kind of money to do this. But if you get $1,000 speeding ticket, you don't pay it with cash. You pay it with a check or a money order with $100 or over. So if it's $1,000, you send $1,100 in. The driver services and the court system are two completely different entities. So the driver services don't find out that you were speeding and you got a ticket and you got points until after the judge and the court is done with you. So if you overpay by $100, they send you a return check for, you sent $1,100 in, but it was only supposed to be 1,000, so they send you a check for $100. The court system is waiting for that check to be cashed before they adjudicate your case. Once they adjudicate your case, once you cash that check, they then let driver services know to put 70 points on your license and to yank your license. If you never cash that check, that info never gets to driver services. So then you drive, you're legal because the legal side of it, you paid your fines, but it never gets reported to driver services and you don't lose your license. This is how I was told that they keep their licenses while driving these supercars and getting pulled over all the time. This is a cult. I'm in. This is not a cult. This is a way of life. That's right. If it's filthy rich is also in, right? So it's a very interesting thing, and I had a very privileged. I was very privileged. I was blessed even to say to be around during this time, to be in the movie industry during COVID and to see how they acted, because the only thing that they really had during COVID when we were all at home is what they put on the TV and what they put on TV, what we were consuming. And it was very interesting. It was very, very, very interesting. What made you digress, seeing that you aided the production of It Said Corrupt People and you benefited from it for an extended period of time? So when you don't realize what is exactly going on, you're just building sets and props and setting up and following, and then after seeing how many children were absolutely misled, I was like, yeah, this ain't good. And I was like, I'm gonna so this was the idea. This was the idea. My point was when I started this channel, I wanted to start a podcast and I was going to do three truths and a lie, and I was going to get four headlines from the actual news stations, and then we were going to have a podcast about it. And I was going to use the whole wall thing, and I was going to say, okay, kids, there's four stories we're going to talk about. You have to go research them and find out where I lied. If you can let me know, then you get a shout out video. Your name goes on the wall, and therefore I wanted to have a way to give kids a bonus for doing actual research. And then it ended up turning into what it is now. So I just talk about anything. I figure it's better. There was so few places of no brain rot on the internet, and there were so few. Every liberal hated conservatives, every conservative hated liberals, and it was just hate, 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 and nobody learns in those environments. So I figured I would do exactly what I'm doing. You're not allowed to say play on words, waiting. Hold on, what I missed. No, this is just one smart dude who knows what's really happening. I hope Americans will flock here. I hope so too. Was waiting to find some like minds. But welcome, my friend. Play on words, flock. He's saying everything word for word that I've been saying, and it lost me half my family and my friends. Howdy, what's up, Phantom? Welcome back. You're not allowed to say that you worked on, are you? No. Sorry to hear that, Skipper. There are people out here who think the same as you did, and they're for you. And this is what's important. We want to build a community, especially because a lot of people have questions, and in other environments they're shot down instantly. They don't even get the full context of their question out before they're like, what are you freaking liberal? What are you Republican? And that doesn't help anybody. I'm sorry that couldn't find three examples of TV telling the truth. right, Matt. Oh, dang it. Right, exactly. I was like, dang it. How about four lies and a lie? Thank you, Skipper. Hello, Barbara. Social media is the worst. Right. Social media is the worst, but we can make it better. We absolutely can. If we can have a place where we can actually take questions, like even like Charlie Kirk, he was still one-sided, and I understand that he chose a side and he went for it. I'm neither. I'm neither side. I hate both equally. And I don't take no bullshit. I'm not. You're not going to call me freaking. You're not going to call me. Well, whatever. I couldn't even think of the term. I'm ready for a nap. Me and my best friend have been having these conversations for years, and we've yet to find middle ground. $2,000 for a shout out, 24 and 9 for a shout out plus a smile. What's up, Adam? This isn't that difficult, and now that there's the ability that, and this happened just the other day. That YouTube changed their guidelines. So now, like, people would talk about things. People would have YouTube channels and whatever, and they would just make videos. They would make pro-Trump videos, and they get like 3 views. Then they would make a pro-Kamala video, and they would get 3,000 views, 3,000 likes. Some of those were bought because there are people out there like Chorus that wanted to keep that stuff going. I'm pro both. Listen, Dommy, I'm pro both. If people have and anti both, I'm pro good ideas. But the problem is the government, the way it is now, the Democrats and the Republicans have to learn that they can lose our votes. You have to be logical about it. Thank you, Skipper. Thank you. You have to be logical about it. If Trump does something good, you got to say it. If Trump does something bad, you got to call it out. If Kamala does something good, you got to give it to her. And if Kamala says something bad, you got to call it out. This is what fell apart in our society, and the children are the one that are going to be affected the worst because they don't understand. They see the adults acting like kids. I'm not pro anybody. I'm pro good ideas. I voted for Clinton and Trump for a lot of the same reasons, and nobody seems to get that. I feel like I'm an alternate universe most of the time. This is a problem when you join a community like the Democrats or the Republicans. You get berated nowadays for saying, wow, we should have done this, or wow, we should have done that, like that the other team did. Now they're just like magnets. They're polar opposites. There's no lines across. Oh, what I miss? Rounds up innocence. The moment you enter this country without permission, you are a criminal. My best friend is a Muslim right down the street. His parents brought him here when he was 2. When he was 31, he got arrested for a speeding ticket and he got an ICE retainer. He was held for 6 months till that got sorted out. I understand the bullshit. I understand absolutely. The problem is, and I'm wise enough to understand, we let it get out of hand. Now we suffer the consequences. We can't. Kamala was drunk. Kamala had an image issue. She would have been great if she would not. I tell you what, Kamala would be president right now if she would have said, Biden's freaking he's lost it. It would have been like, okay, and then the Republicans or the people that were on the fence would have been like, that's freaking balls right there. What are my ideas? So this is what I would do. What I would do if I got elected, this is what I would do. I would shut down every dime that would leave America. I would stop it all for 1 year, but that would be my second year. So my first year, I would let the world know we're going to continue giving you what we've been giving you for 1 year. Then you lose it for a year. You better figure out what to do with this money within that year. I would stop it. I would run through the entire country, lock the hell up out of every Republican, every Democrat. That's got to be a stink of corruption on them. I would lock them the hell up. So this is why I would never be able to be president because they wouldn't let this happen. Absolutely do that. I would then I would get an actual tally of what's going on, an actual tally of what workforce we need, an actual tally. And then I would say, now we will let this many people in from this many countries. And I would do a lottery the way that it used to be. You draw a number because the problem is with the families is when you let people in, when they say, okay, honey, go get the kid across the border and I'll try to get in later. And then what bad things happen? It's got to be done in a way that benefits everybody. The problem is too many people knew that they could benefit greatly and they said, screw you to everybody else. I believe people first always. Yes, yes. Well, if we were all logical and came to an agreement, our problems would be solved. We didn't have to right. That it would be right. People in Congress in politics they overcomplicate things, and then they say you guys are so stupid. You've ruined the planet. Keep voting for me and I'll sort it out because it's so complex. Now, whether it is or not, this is what they do. And when they do that, people are so confused and like, oh, and I'm working 12 hours a day that they're like, okay, just have my vote. And that's a problem. They never let that out. Yeah, no, absolutely not. They never, not. Yeah, they never let plebes that way. I understood. Atomic, you're weird. Atomic, the floor is yours. Say your piece. His idea is great. Thank you, thank you. If we were all logical, we'd already be dead. No, I agree. I agree. The things that I've come to realize is that we've sold America out 100%. We sold it out. We've absolutely. Thank you, Skipper. We've sold out for after World War II. The our politicians, Democrat and Republican, decided that we were going to be the management class, all of America, everyone, school for everyone, college for everyone, and we would be the management class. The rest of the world would do our manufacturing. We would tell them what to do. We would invent everything and everything, tell them what to do. Come to find out, not everybody can be a manager. And so now here we are 80 years later, and there are people that need to work in a match factory. There are people that need to dig the coal. There are people that cannot handle, and this is what happens when you have people that are poor managers, but they want everybody and it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. I just might say my piece. Say your piece, Atomic brother. You look like Howard Stern. Yeah, I get that a lot, Georgie. Yeah, it's not as complicated as it sounds. but the big problem is that we've gone so far. We've gone so far. We've screwed up so bad, and people have got so rich off of it that they don't want. And think about all the people that actually did scammy stuff. They don't want to get caught, so they don't want to change. They don't want to change, no matter who or how many people are getting hurt. They don't want to change. Did you know plants feel pain? Yes, 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 yes. They feel pain. Yeah, we can't hear it because it's 150,000 hertz. I don't think it's that high, but yeah. If we have probably 15, no, we can hear 15. Maybe just 150,000. No, we have the right to reconstitute the government. These politicians should have been ousted decades ago. Yeah, 2010. Yep, and the so many people became so tribal, and so when the Democrats got really popular and everything was doing pretty well. Biden, Obama was like, no, Americans need this money. Americans need these jobs. You guys, and Obama deported 5 million people. They called him the deporter in chief. And so we absolutely, and then we completely flip flopped on that. Then when Biden got in office, he did the exact opposite. He said, no, and after Obamacare, when the insurance companies started getting the money directly from the government, then we had a bunch of illegals come in and they said, hey, you get free health care, but they didn't get the money for that health care. They got the health care, and then the money went from the government to the healthcare and medical industries, skipping the people completely, and that became a money printing scheme. And so they were like, Tyler, get big money out of politics. Many of the problems can be fixed. Culture war, distraction from. Yes, sir. Yes, yes, Atomic. Absolutely, absolutely. If they think they rule us and they deserve to be rich. This is what they think. So they find out how to get rich. They shouldn't. Like, listen, even when we go to jury duty, we get $15 a day. And they get 120 to 170,000 dollars a year to be a politician, but they want millions. They want millions because they get to see the people that are ultimately rich. Remember, we only see rich people that let it be known that they're rich. All the other people that have millions of dollars, billions of dollars, they're not on the internet, so we don't see them. Plants don't actually meet the criteria for things that feel pain. That's actually true. They do produce less, they fruit less, they flower less, and that's considered the pain. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Gonna take off. Easy, everyone. Keep an eye out for when you're live. Thank you, brother Puro. Every day, every day, every day. Glad to have met you too, my friend. The fall of Rome. The powers that took trillions from the people and handed it to the bank should have been. Yes, sir. So tip it off. We're stupid. Yes, we are. Thank you very much, Trent. Rome didn't fall in a day, right? But it's got to start. We got to start tipping it. My opinion on Spider-Man. Which one, first of all? I used to love Spider-Man. It got way too wackadoodle out the last couple. But up to the mid or the 2010s ish, I loved Spider-Man. That shit was great. 2009, yes, great. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Growing up alone with my mother in Hollywood was very similar to the movie Mommy Dearest. My mom was horrible. Wow, Georgie. A lot of people have that experience. Um, this is the true way of the Taoist stage. Taoist sage. Sounds like some philosophical mumbo jumbo, but most great leaders in history actually studied Taoism because it's seen to be the most refined of leadership. Yeah, Sussy likes the 2019 Spider-Man. Of course you do. You like the 2019 Filthy. Also, drama makes plants to produce more. Dramatic music. Taoism is great. I studied it years ago. I love that you acknowledge my Spider-Man question. My favorite cult. Hey, absolutely, everyone. Absolutely, and that's what I want it to be all about. I don't like to just preach politics all the time. I want to talk movies. I mean, I've spent 15 years making them. I was in the music industry, the movie industry. I did a whole lot. We can, Yeah. Also, you also need recents. I also have a Minecraft server. If anyone plays Minecraft, if you join the Discord and go to the Minecraft channel, you can get the IP address to play the Minecraft server. It's right there, right next to me, right here. That's it. That's the Minecraft server on my Linux box. There we go. What up, Yogi? I love Iron Man. So Iron Man, he was a jerk in real life. Not that was a makes a just or kind of ruler. It makes a ruler with iron fist and deep introspection to keep the sheep happy. It's to keep them dumb and indifferent to the true issues. Agreed, agreed. What would you do? What would you do if you were able to write a Spider-Man movie? Me, I would go back to the 1940s and 50s Spider-Man. I would go back onto I would go back on to, damn it, can't think of the term I want to use. Yeah, I would go back to the original spy, not a specific storyline because I would definitely want to do like a four, three, four, or five movie chunk. I would like to do something. I would like to do the Amazing Spider-Man. I would like to do an I would like to throw millions of dollars at and make like fantastical. I would like to, if I could redo where they messed up, I would really like to. There's definitely more to life than politics, right? And we rarely talk politics. I know today's been a lot of politics. Can you give a man everything but never give a man anything, right? Have you read Tank Girl? I've read Tank Girl and I've watched Tank Girl. Great freaking book or great freaking comic or whatever you want to call it, illustrated novel. Great movie. Absolutely, Alien. The movie would be called Superhero Movie. Yeah, Spider-Man's good. So yeah, yeah, and like I would love to do one of those find an actor that does his own stunts. Like I would like to I'd like to use a lot of CGI for explosions and stuff, but I'd like to have a lot of like you're putting the freaking underwear on. You're putting the underwear on, and we're hooking you up to a freaking rig set and swinging you through. Like yeah, it would be great. Drake Bell cast your protagonist. Um, what am I thinking of? What's the term that I'm thinking of? Canon. Go back to the canon. Go back to canon. Go back to the actual comics. The people, so like 50, 60, 70, 80 year olds that are like, I read this back in which game perhaps could be the movie. What? Yeah, it's very good Alien. Really good movie. Tank Girl, really good movie. Like listen, this is what's amazing about movies back then in the 90s and stuff. They didn't have the processing power to do wackadoodle CGI stuff. So people like me, prop makers, built tanks, built buildings, blew up. It used to be so much different. Perhaps there could be a Norman Osborn knockoff as well. Why not? Now I need to remake the Powerpuff Girls movie. Did they ever make a Powerpuff Girls movie? The whole comic Iron Man, yeah, was ugly. Yeah, I agree. What about Dexter's Laboratory? I think that that would be awesome. Dexter's Laboratory. Because think about what you could do. Think about what you could do now, especially with all the CGI, all the digital effects. You could do absolutely kick ass. You get some hot chick to be Dee Dee, even if like if you could do a two-part Dexter's Laboratory, like something from canon and then something of them grown up, like now that they're like maybe Dexter and Dee Dee in college. What about short and stature funny black comedians? Dude, freaking I love comedy. I love comedy. I love funny white people. I love funny black people, tall and short. I love funny people. We could get, yes, absolutely. What's the most absurd rule you would make if you would suddenly be in charge of the world? The most absurd rule? uh, Huh. It's a good question. I'll think about it, brother. I'll think about it. The day after Dexter has conquered the world, the movie was about finding gems in space, Earth, to space the Earth, and then they got fooled and put to save the Earth, and they got the end of the powerful worlds. Of course, that was in reference to Kevin Hart being in the superhero movie. Yeah, right. It went over my head. Those are colors, not races. Just saying, that's true. That's true. That's true, Jonathan. That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. And you know what? I'm surprised. I mean, I don't know yet. Most people, I would say 999 out of 1,000 don't wouldn't have caught that. Like a lot of people don't know that Arabs are different than, yeah, they don't get it. White skin, black skin. Ben 10. They made a Ben 10 movie, right? I'm almost positive. I knew they made a Ben 10 cartoon movie, and I thought they did a live action one. Yeah, we have to change our words a lot. Yeah, absolutely. Now, let's look. This is Here's a big problem with vocabulary is it got so wackadoodled out because so many words were co-opted for mischievous, devious reasons. You're probably right. So yeah, I think I probably yeah. A cool series would be the homeless people being undercover rulers of the world. So, have you ever seen the older, like the 1983, 84, possibly movie, with, oh, damn, what was his name? Eddie Murphy, not Coming to America, um, 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 where he's homeless and he ends up becoming like ultra super rich. Those are all my subscribers. Those are all my subscribers beyond. I love slang words, Urban Dictionary. Oh no, I agree. I love comedy so much. Tell me this name rings a bell. Charlie Kikoto. He was my neighbor growing up. He made the movie Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Damn, I remember that. That's crazy. Charlie Kyoto. I don't remember his name. Trading Places. Yeah, yep. Brewster's Millions. That's another good one. Tapioca Pudding. Was that a movie? Tapioca Pudding. Tapioca Pudding. Yep, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Great freaking movie. Great beef film. And back in the day, so I'm from Baltimore. I can't even remember the guy's name. Baltimore, like not Gore. What did he do? Oh dang, I can't think of his name. What was his name? It was. Oh damn it. I can't remember. Clowns was a documentary. All right, we're gonna get out of here now, guys. Hey, if anyone's interested, join the yes, filthy rich brother. Yes, welcome to the family, my friend. If you have a second or whatever, join the Discord, and we're available 24/7. Everybody, hugs and kisses. I appreciate y'all being here. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in a little bit. I'll be back on it probably. What time is it now? 2:45, 2:47, probably 4 o'clock. So an hour and 15 minutes. All right. See y'all. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.